sashimi. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, Tunia back again. Well, it's the 9th anniversary of the NeoGeo thread on the Atari Age forums. So it's been going for 9 years, which is quite impressive. So I'm going to do a video to celebrate its 9th year birthday. And I've done a few videos in the past for the other celebrations, you know, for the anniversaries. And this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've done hardware reviews, I've done reviews of the NeoGeo itself, I've done my favourite games, CDs and things like that. So I want to do something a little bit different. I've been trying to rack my brain, but I've come up with this. I'm going to do an overview of this in front of you. Well, it's not Metal Slug 5. It may look like Metal Slug 5, but it's not Metal Slug 5. It's in a Metal Slug 5 shot box. A nice quality shot box, but it does have a few issues. So let's open this up and I'll show you what it is. So I opened it up. Inside here is a NeoSD. This is a NeoGeo flash card. You use an SD card on this, and then pretty much you can put your entire library of NeoGeo games on the SD card. You can plug this into your NeoGeo AES, and they do an MVS version as well. And you can run every NeoGeo game ever made on you, apart from the NG Dev stuff, which does have its own sort of chips and stuff. I'll take it out of the case, but this shot box is a bit tricky to get the games out of. It's a bit tight, to be honest. So there's the actual NeoSD. If I turn to the sides, you'll notice there's like a cutout on the side, but there looks a little bit different. Looks the same in the back. So the plastic, you've got your same pins and everything, and you've got this area by here, and if I clip that, here's an SD card, and basically you put an SD card in the side of it, and I push it back in, and that goes in there, and then that allows you then to play all your NeoGeo games on your AES. These are expensive. I think these ones are about £350. And I think the Pro version is about $550 or $500. They're a lot of money, but considering the price of the NeoGeo, they're quite cheap in lots of ways. On this one, you can store. You basically have to flash the memory every time you turn it on. I think it does hold one game though. So when you want to put a new game on, you have to flash the memory, and it flashes the entire game to the memory of the cartridge. It is a bit slow, but I don't mind so much because you may wait a little bit, but at the end of it, you've got a NeoGeo game. The Pro version, I think it's got 4 flash slots on it. I think 3 are like permanent flashes, so you can flash in; they'll always be on there, and you can change them as well if you want to. But you don't have to flash them. You can just pick for your favorite games. And then the 4th slot is very similar to this, where it's a slot which you can use to flash random games on. The Pro version does flash the games a lot faster, so in a lot of ways it is better, but it is a lot more money. But this is the one I've got, and I didn't think it was worth me getting the other one. I've had this for a little while. So what we'll do, guys, I'll get the NeoGeo hooked up, and I'll show you the menu systems on here, and I'll give you an overview of it, and I'll give you a run on how long it takes to flash stuff to give you an idea, and see if you think it's worth it for yourselves. But I would say, you know, compared to NeoGeo collecting now, getting a flash card, especially if you're starting collecting NeoGeo, is a pretty damn good option, and I don't think you'll regret it. So let's move over to the NeoGeo itself, and I'll show how the software works and how it flashes the cartridges. Hello, right, we're back. Right, so I've got the NeoGeo SD actually in the NeoGeo, and when you first turn on, you get this, which is your menu system. At the top, you've got the launch current game. What that is the game you flashed into the cartridge. That always stays there until you reflash it with another game. There's your game menu of all your games. You can flash it with any of these. So what I'll do before we flash a game, I'll show you how quick it loads the current game. So at the moment I got Carno's Revenge in it. So if I press a button, it will just load exactly like a NeoGeo cartridge. No loading, essentially instant. off you go, just like you were using an original cartridge, basically. Get in there for the old Tiger Ruguruga. So basically, that's that. So that's basically your normal game, something I flashed onto it. So there is a reset back to the menu instead of turning the NeoGeo off and turning it back on. So if you hold down A, B and C and hold start, it'll go right back to the NeoSD's menu. So what I'll do, I'll show you a few of the options you've got. You've got boot mode. What this does, it will automatically boot the cartridge either into the menu or into the game, so it'll just act like a standard cartridge. So you can do that. You've got your in-game trigger, which you can change. You can turn it off or turn it on, or different buttons, or A, B, and C. So you've got a few little choices for that. You can run in AES mode, which is what I'm doing now. You can run in BIOS mode, which means I think you've got to put a BIOS. I haven't done it. I think you've got to put a BIOS on the card, and you can pick like a Uni BIOS or something like that, and it'll use that. Or you can run in MVS mode, so you can basically use your AES in MVS mode. So you get like coins and stuff. But I think it does do auto. What you call it, buddy? No coins to play. Basically, it comes up, but you just press start. It automatically gives you credits, essentially. You've got different regions, so I'm going to put that back to AES. You've got different regions, so you've got your USA, you've got your Japan, you've got your BIOS one, which you can use. You can change probably different BIOS numbers for different regions, and you've got Europe, so we can just go back to USA. You've got cartridge mode. If you put yes, this will act only like a cartridge. It won't work like a flash card. And then you've got to do, I can't remember what combination it is, but it's a combination of buttons of that to get back into it to change it. So we're going to click no. You can save your backup RAM for MVS games as well, which is quite nice. You can turn your UI sounds on or off, hence they're gone. You turn them on, and it gives you your information about the cartridge. This is BIOS upgradable as well to fix bugs and add new features. I'm not sure if they have added any new features, to be honest. So we'll go back. So when you're in the menu, you've got all your games. If I press the D button, if I press C, it'll filter. So basically, then I press D, so you've got genre. So it'll filter through the different types of genres, which is quite cool. And if you press filter again, it'll go to your favorites list. So basically, you can just fill that list full of your favorite games. And if you go back, so if I pick, I don't know, Alpha Mission 2 and click favorites, I think that then should add that to my favorites list. Yes, it does. And then I think if you press the button on it again, it takes it out to your favorites list. Yeah. See, order, name, hide. So we're going to go back. So which is quite a nice feature to have. So you can play around your favorites list. So what we'll do is I'll show you how long it takes to load, say, one of the smallest cards to one of the biggest cards. So let's go with Andro Dunos. We'll see how long this takes. First it erases the card and then it flashes the card. As you'll see, doing Andro Dunos is pretty fast. It doesn't take too long at all, which is quite nice. So a lot of the NeoGeo games, aren't going to take that long to flash on this. Yeah, and then we're back up to Andro Dunos. Here we go, and it's just basically like having the cartridge. And we're in pretty fast, that's not much of a wait, I can live with that. So we'll do A, B and C and start again to go back. And this time I'll load one of the biggest games. So let's pick Garo Mark of the Wolves. So we'll have that version. So it's going to take a little bit longer now. So I think it erases the space on the flash chip that it needs to load the cartridge. So it takes a bit longer. So while we're waiting for this to load in and give it, basically load in real time to give you an idea on how long it works, we'll have a little talk about the cartridge. Right, so the cartridge is bought off Terraonion. They sell it on their website. There's two versions. There's the NeoSD and the NeoSD Pro. The NeoSD is the one that I've got, which allows you to flash one game to the cartridge and gives you the menu system and everything. The NeoSD Pro gives you more features. There's 4 flash slots. 3 flash slots essentially They take a lot longer to flash to, but they're meant to like put your free favorite games on there and stuff, and the games you're using the most on those slots. And then there's a flash slot then, which works like this. You flash a game to, but the new Pro has got a lot faster flash memory, so you can flash to it a lot faster, which is quite nice. It also, if I remember rightly, because I only ever got to use it the once. You've got the ability to run NeoGeo CD games off there, but it was very hit and miss when I first tried it. So whether that's been improved on over the time, I don't know. It probably has because I haven't looked for a while. They've probably had some new firmware out there that does some improvements. Um, I say that there is a price difference between them as well. The SD version, I think last time I looked, it was about 350 quid, which is a lot of money, but considering the price of Neo Geo games, it ain't that bad really, and the fact that it opens up the entire library of Neo Geo to you. And I believe the Pro version was either 150 or £200 more. So you're talking about 500, 550. It is a lot more, but it does offer more features and obviously faster flashing and things like that. But depending on your budget, if you're low on the budget, it is worth saving up for the standard SD one because it does the job. It just takes a little bit longer to flash, basically. Apart from that, it works exactly the same. But if you do have the extra cash, the Pro version I would recommend over the SD one, the standard one, because you've got those extra slots and the faster flashing. The only reason I didn't buy one of them is because I ended up buying the standard SD version, and I didn't think it was worth me spending another 500 quid to get the faster one, so I've just kept this one. It does the job. The other thing, beware of SD cards. You don't need a massive SD card. It's pointless buying like a 128 gig SD card because there's not that many Neo Geo games. The only way that that would be useful is if they've got the Neo Geo CD games working. So other than that, if you just flash in the standard cartridge games, um, literally like an 8 gig card will probably do you. The ROM set on this as well, I think is, if I remember rightly, I had to get the Dark Soft ROM set. You can't just put the main games on you. They've got, I think it's pretty much the same set as on the Mister, which is meant for FPGAs. Um, and as you see the little pictures in a minute, there's a piece of software you can get to put the pictures on you, same as you can do with the PC Engine version of the card. So as you can see, we've had a bit of a chat, and it's almost there. So once this is flashed into there, you can basically turn it off, turn it on, go to last game, and it'll always be there until you reflash it with something else. So if this is all you're playing at the moment, you can basically have a good blast on this and just play this basically. So there's no loading or anything. Once they load it into the flash, it's a cartridge. So it's a nice looking game, this is. Corner. So yeah, so basically that's what you do, go back and forth. So if I go back again, so there's not really that much else to say, to be honest, guys. That's pretty much what you get with the NeoSD. I'm doing this video for the 9th anniversary of the NeoGeo thread on Atari Age. That is run by a really nice guy called Charlie Cat. Very friendly. If you're after your NeoGeo news or reviews or latest videos or tech advice or just a chat about Neo Geo, whatever, jump on the forum. Everyone's there very helpful, very useful, and a lot of the community Neo Geo videos and news and upcoming events all get posted on this straight away. So, yep, definitely well worth visiting. So get over to there. What I'll do is in the description, I will put in a link to the thread on Atari Age. You can sign up to Atari Age and jump in and say hello and contribute if you want to, or just have a look around, whatever you fancy doing. And I'll find a link to Terraonion for the two NeoGeo SD cards. So then, if you are thinking to get one after this, then you can make a choice. Just be wary that when you do order it off them, you have to pay postage. They're in Andorra, so they're outside Europe, and they're outside. Obviously, UK is going to be a bit more expensive, so you might end up possibly uh, paying duty even. And if you're in the US, obviously you're going to pay more postage and more duty, possibly. But you might get away with it. It's just hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. So anyway, guys, that's the Neo SD. Hope you enjoyed that, and get over to Atari Age and celebrate the ninth anniversary. So that's 9 years that's been going for, which is quite impressive, and hopefully it'll go for many years more. So anyway, guys, have a nice ninth anniversary, and I hope you enjoyed the review. Catch you then. Bye now.